ball gets thrown away. The slide comes in and the Roadrunners win in amazing fashion. Sewell comes in to score. They win 6-5. How exciting is this? They are loving it.
Roadrunners baseball is played in the heart of downtown Denver. With the skyline and the mountains overlooking the Regency Athletic Complex, you are always reminded that you are playing baseball in the beautiful state of Colorado. And it's a beautiful thing when Colorado kids are playing in their home state. MSU Denver head coach Ryan Strain wants to keep those talented Colorado players in state and has brought in 54 homegrown athletes in his 4 years in the Mile High City.
When I took over the job, I knew if we were going to be successful, we had to do a really good job recruiting in Colorado. I mean, that's really important. And so that's what we've done. We've tried to recruit Colorado, try to get the very best players we can, whether it's at a high school, whether they went to a junior college and they're from Colorado and they come back, or if they went to another four-year school and came back. That's been a really big piece of our recruiting, and that's why, over 70% of our guys on our roster, pretty much every year since I've been here, are from the state of Colorado. And so if we're going to have success and be able to win championships, we got to do it with the kids that are from our state.
Coach Strain is a Colorado product himself and eventually returned to his home state after coaching around the country.
I've traveled all over the country. This is by far my favorite place. And I know maybe I'm biased because I grew up here, but I love Colorado. There's great baseball when I played here, and then there's even better baseball, I think, here now. Just the city's grown, the whole state's grown, and there's just a lot more players to choose from. And so it's a great opportunity for them to play. We have great weather. A lot of people think that Colorado, it's cold here, which it is, but we get over 300 days of sunlight. And so a lot of times it's not nearly as cold, doesn't feel as cold as it actually might be. And so, especially with our turf field, it gives us the opportunity to get a lot of games in where a lot of other places in the country can't. So it gives us a little bit of an advantage, and it makes it a great place to play.
Phillies select Julian Garcia, right-handed pitcher from Metro State College in Denver, Colorado.
The Roadrunners have seen much success in local products playing on their home field. One fine example is Julian Garcia. He grew up in Fort Collins and played 2 strong seasons in downtown Denver and is now pitching in the Philadelphia Phillies organization.
Julian, was kind of the first guy from here, in a long time that has been able to get to professional baseball and is making a run to try to get to the big leagues, and then we had Malkin that played, for me that was also able to get a chance, is playing pro ball right now. So, that's what we sell to our kids. 1, you get to play in a great facility. 2, you get to play at home where your family gets to see you play. And then you also have an opportunity to play after this if you play well enough, and I think that's, to their work ethic and how good Colorado high school baseball is getting, but also how good our league's getting. There's really good players in our league, and there's a lot of good coaches in our league, and so by having all of that going on, a lot of pro scouts come and watch our guys, and it gives them the opportunity to go play at the next level if they're good enough.
Coach Strain and his staff use their home field to their advantage. Their incredible facilities allow them to host more than 100 high school games over the summer. In hosting these events, the Roadrunners get a leg up in the never-ending battle of recruiting, and it already has paid off in the young Roadrunner career of Coach Strain.
I mean, the high school events and all the different events that we host here is, when I took the job, was a really important piece of that. I mean, Coach Otis did a great job kind of starting that when he took over the program and they built the facility, and now we're trying to do the same thing and expand upon it. I mean, really every big event, whether it's high school state championships, summer tournaments, the area code games, camp, showcases, whatever it might be, we want to try to host the best events every single year, because that gives us an opportunity to have all the good players or all the best players in the state of Colorado play at our place at some point. I mean, it's very rare that a kid that plays baseball in the state of Colorado has not played at our facility at least one time. And so when we're recruiting them, they've played here, they know what it's like, and then hopefully we sell them on the other things, and it gives us a leg up on being able to recruit them and bring them into our program.
Zach Paschke was one of the top infield recruits in the state of Colorado, and he chose to start his collegiate career with the red and blue.
Paschke played on the state championship team in Mountain Vista, played with a great summer team at Cherry Creek where I happened to play at, so that helped a little bit too. But he's one of the first guys that I went after, because I knew if we were going to be good, we had to have good middle infielders. And I wanted to have guys that were athletic, could run, we were going to steal bases and do some of those things, and that's what a player like Zach brings, and that's what we kind of recruited to. But he was the first one that we got that was kind of an all-Colorado player, played for a state championship team, had started at shortstop for his high school for 3 or 4 years. And so when you get those type of kids, and all of a sudden the other kids around the state kind of go, well, if he's going to go there, they must have something great going on, and maybe we need to bring, take a look at that program, and that's really helped us recruit some of these other players.
Not all college kids want to play close to home. Some want to spread their wings and experience a new location. But Coach Strain has seen it time and time again as those same kids never forget about what they saw at MSU Denver and eventually come home.
This is a great place for them to resurrect their career, enjoy playing again, and hopefully finish off on a great note. You know, a lot of guys, you know, in this game we kind of get bitter at times, and I just like being that place and a spot and an opportunity for kids to come back and enjoy the game again.
Colorado is a big state that features more than 600 high schools. Whether the student athletes come from the northern reaches of Loveland or if they come from the plains of the western slope, all Colorado kids have succeeded in the Roadrunners program.
That was one of the selling points when I came here, is that, you know, one, our campus is very diverse. There's a lot of transfer students that come here. There's also a growing population of high school students coming here. So you're not closed off at just a certain type of student. You know, it's not just a high academic school where you have to have a certain test score to get in and some of those things. So I knew when I took the job that I could get kids from all different backgrounds. It didn't matter how much their family made. It didn't matter where they came from. That allowed us to have a big pool to recruit to. And so by bringing all those kids in, I think it makes our team more diverse. It makes us, you know, be able to get kids to come in here, build as a team, and be, like I said, that melting pot where, you know, it doesn't matter where they came from, they're all one team now, and it allows us to go out and recruit different types of kids. And it's been fun. I mean, no one of our kids is the same. You know, we got kids that have, you know, come straight from high school. I got an 18-year-old freshman right now, and I got a 25-year-old senior that's going to be on this team. So a really great spot for a lot of different kids, and it's been a great opportunity, and hopefully we can continue to do that to build our roster and give ourselves a chance to win a championship.
1 ball and 2 strikes. A curveball is lifted up in the air to left field. Left fielder can't find it. Dalzell on the run, backing up, and this ball is over the fence. A home run. The second home run of the ball game for Matt Malkin, his 3rd of the day, and the left fielder never saw it.
Matt Malkin went to Monarch High School in Louisville before venturing to Tuscaloosa to play baseball for the University of Alabama. He came back to Denver for his senior year, and he would become the program's first ever first-team All-American.
I think once he, you know, left Alabama and that opportunity wasn't as good as he was kind of hoping for, that a new coach come in, and so he was leaving, and, you know, at that time he wasn't sure if he wanted to play again. You know, and we get some of those kids that kind of get frustrated with the game and you want to move away, and so it's exciting for me to give those kids a second opportunity, and Matt was one of those kids. You know, he came in, talked to me, wasn't sure what he wanted to do, and we kind of talked him into coming out and playing, and did a lot of great things on the field, but he was also a great teammate. You know, and that's something you have to worry about sometimes when you bring kids in that transfer in, that especially from the Division I level, they may think that, hey, I'm better than Division II, and, you know, this is going to be easy. Then they get here and they realize there's some really, really good players, not only on our team, but in the rest of the league and the teams we play. And Matt did a tremendous job with that. He earned his spot. He's worked really hard, and he deserves everything that he's got going for him right now.
That one's sent into right center field. All the way to the wall, and guess what? Home run number 2. Logan Sewell.
Malkin's high school teammate Logan Sewell found his way back to Colorado after signing with the Arizona Diamondbacks, and he became an All-American with the Roadrunners in 2019.
When he got released, I kind of knew the rule because there's some Division II schools in Illinois that have done this before, where they could get a pro player, come back and play Division II as long as they didn't sign with an agent and they hadn't played for, you know, a while. And so, you know, it just worked out. I mean, he got here. He was similar to Matt, where they were frustrated with the game, frustrated that they had gotten released, and so it took a little while to get him going. But I think, you know, after the first year, he thanked me, you know, for giving him this opportunity. And I think for Logan's situation, hopefully he gets another chance to play pro ball after this year. If he doesn't, hopefully he finishes his career in a good note and he's happy about it. He enjoyed playing the game again.
Roadrunners baseball loves to call Colorado home. And for those kids who want to play a high level of baseball and to earn a quality degree close to home, there aren't many places better than the heart of downtown Denver with the Roadrunners.
I think the main thing that we're trying to sell when we recruit our kids and when they come in here is that this is a great place to play. You can stay home, you play in the best facility in the state, and then you have a chance to win championships. And so we've got the great facility, we're recruiting really good kids, we have a really good team. Now we just got to make that next step. You know, there's some good teams in our league. It's not going to be easy, but I really feel that we're building a program that has a chance to compete for an RMAC championship and our first regional bid each and every year. And I tell each team, I hope it's this year. And if it's not this year, it's going to be the next year, you know. And so we're close. We just got to get over the hump, and that starts with recruiting. I mean, that's the lifeblood of the program. You can't win if you don't have good players, you know, and good people. I mean, we can coach our tails off, but if we don't have good players, it's not going to matter. So this is what I tell our guys. I mean, this is their team. I mean, our job as coaches is to facilitate it, but it's going to be up to them what they can do. You know, and how far we go is going to depend on how well they play and how well they mesh together and what they put out on the field. And so I'm excited about this team. It's a great group of guys. I think we have a great chance to win a championship, and hopefully we get out there this spring and play some games and see what happens.